felt this way, can never get enough.
All right, getting ready to take off down the road in this 1968 Olds Cutlass. It's a Cutlass 442 with a 400 under the hood. It's got power steering, it's got power brakes. It's got a lot of space under here, doesn't it? What we're gonna do is take it down the road, point out any kind of flaws, that way you know what you're getting. We offer 100 detailed pictures as well, inside out and underneath. And of course, in this video, we're gonna do a slow motion rollover about halfway through towards the end. We're picking out the flaws, but right now what we're gonna do is take it down the road, find any kind of issues with it running and driving. So sit back, relax, check out maplemotors.com. Financing and shipping is available. We also have merchandise on there. Pick up some of our new shirts. But for now, it's about that time. Let's go for a ride. Let's look around the interior now. It's in pretty good shape. The dash is nice and clean on this one. Coming across the top. Oh yeah. Carpet, looks pretty good. It's not bad. Console, seats, doors. Headliner's sagging though. It needs to be tightened up or pinned back up there. That's what I call a mechanic's garage headliner. Place your bets on the horn. We're getting ready to try it out. Let's start her up. She's still cold right now too. And she smells sweet. She's got some really good gas in her. Racing fuel. It doesn't necessarily need it, but it is in there. Oh, our wiper's a little messed up there. They're working, but that one right there needs to be connected right. Seen it going all over the place. Blower motor, it's working. We just don't have any AC. Radio is not cutting on. Clock works, wow. Very cool. I can show you the miles. Hard to stand behind mileage in a 68 model, but there it is. Over here we got a full gas tank, but we're gonna be testing that out. Right now that's just a theory. The oil pressure on here, it is moving around. I don't know how accurate it is. It's maxed out. Engine temperature is actually kind of a notch up, so it may be working. We'll check it out. Turn signals, are they popping up anywhere? Boom, right in the middle, both sides. Look around the interior. Wow, I really like this interior. Matching all the way around. Just needs a headliner adjustment. Seeing them back two panels. Package tray's not bad. Horn, place your bets. Wait, it's clicking. Man, it really wants to honk, but all it does is click. Okay, let's hit the road. We'll see how she rides. Okay, so we're getting ready to take off here. Got my seatbelt on. It's actually getting a little warm. It's like spring's coming early. You'll notice the idle's a bit high. Should have came down by now. Make sure we go into drive and not second. Wait for this last car to go. And we'll take off here. There you go. Let's roll out of here. Speedometer's working. It's coming up on the dash. Feels pretty silky as we're driving down the road here. I need to tighten up that visor. Straight as an arrow. Steering's nice and tight. Brakes, they're stopping good. You can hear them trying to lock up a little bit though. May have a little dust on them. She picks up pretty good. A lot of spring in this seat. Shifts down. It's doing good. I noticed that guy was creeping up on me. I could hear his motor revving. We wasn't even really getting into this one. I bet we could stomp that little Solara. Console's made a little buzzing noise. There's a few screws down in there. A little bit of rattling coming from that exhaust. Maybe a bracket. It's a familiar sound. Okay, so we're gonna pull up to the gas station over here. I'll try to put some gas in it. Right now it's reading full. It smells sweet. We definitely got some high tests. some kind of racing fuel or additives in this tank. This smells awesome. All right. So yeah, we're gonna pull in here and see what we got. Be right back. I'll tell you what, I think we're about out of gas. So that gas gauge has got to be wrong. I put $20 in here, but when I loosened the cap, it was like let out a ton of air. When that normally happens, it's getting low on gas. So luckily we stopped, put $20 worth of premium fuel in here. And let's see what we got. A little drag. Yeah, gas gauge is just staying right there. It's not moving, it's not working. Seems like the idle came down a little bit. In my opinion, I need to bring it down a little bit more. I'm just gonna make sure that this car, because you see the temp gauge is coming up on it. Just wanna make sure this car is good and warm before we do so. Of course, it's nice and warm here today. We have a 72 in the temperature. We'll give her a second. If that doesn't work, I'll adjust that idle. Let's take off. Okay, let's go ahead and head on back to the lot. Oh yeah, we got these exhaust pipes back here clanking together. Looks like somebody took those off. Going pretty slow on the road here. Got a little bit of a hesitation at low speeds. When you get into it, it's good to go. But it does have a little bit of a hesitation at some low speeds. And I did figure out the choke was on a little bit. That actually is hooked up. So that's why the idle was a bit high. Made a little bit more sense, didn't it? It'd be nice if this guy go a little bit faster than 20 miles an hour. I'm not sure why he's on his brakes either. I'm sure y'all got some slow pokes in your town too. Here we go, thank you. Hop on out the way. Oh, you gonna wait for that car and everything? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Come on, man. And she kicks the tires easy. That was just me getting into it, trying to take off fast. And I'm talking plenty of power. She's very smooth going down the road too. Loving it. So we're getting ready to be back at the car lot. What we're gonna do is a walk around, point out chips, scratches, flaws, and we'll try not to miss anything, but check out those detailed pictures. And I'll be back with you here in just a moment, guys. Okay. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, we're back at the lot. Now we're gonna walk around this ride, point out chips, scratches, flaws, anything I can find. Look at the detailed pictures we provide at maplemotors.com. If you go to that website, you can find financing and shipping as well. Let's go ahead and get started. I've got you on the widescreen for a reason. What we're gonna do is get up close. You can see more of the paint. It actually widens and makes all the little details of the car a little bit more noticeable. So we're definitely not trying to hide anything here. We try to point it all out before you get here. That way you're happy. I don't like telling people to come from different states and get here and it's not what they expect. So let's get started. On this front bumper here, has pitting, has a little bit of rust. It's pretty much all over the front bumper. It is older. I'm sure it hasn't been replaced. The grill on this, a lot of the trims like that. I actually got some overspray right there on the trim. Coming down this side, lower portion first. Paint runs. See the paint runs? There's one here, 2, 3, 4. Down the lower portion. Great tires on this one, up and over the fender. Little dimple here. That was really small. Stripes. So they're painted on. Got a few imperfections on them. You got chips on the edge of the door here. You got paint on your trim. Looks like they taped it instead of taking it off. Back that midsection, you got a few little spots in the paint. Let's see. There's just little dimples. You got some rust up here under the paint there. Just little imperfections all throughout the paint job. Like that spot there. My shadow is bothering me in this video today. I'm sorry, guys. Touch up mark there. A spot here. If I lean her more sideways, you can actually see stuff. A spot there. I can feel my allergies coming in. This is springtime weather here. We got a mountain on the other side here blooming. Little spot here, top of the fender. Light scratches on some of your trim. Front windshield on this one. On this side looks good. I don't see any chips or scratches. Do have a dent right here in your trim. From the wash mitt there, you got Little spots there. Couple dimples here. Spot there. Good over the roof. A little spot here. Thick on the paint. This back window on the top here is also like that. Lots of imperfections. Overspray, that should come off. Other than that, it actually looks pretty good on the back window. Coming up on the back end, your back bumper here. Got some pitting, got some surface stress popping up. Somebody's back here playing, aren't they? Looking around in your jams. There was some rust here I showed a minute ago. The seal on this one's squished, but it is still somewhat soft. You have a little bit of rust right here on the edge. In the trunk here, you can definitely see where they sprayed over some rust. It's got a few bubbles popping up here. You got some patches over here. Looks like silicone under that paint. Up in your package tray, it actually looks pretty good. I don't see any rust eating away at anything. Maybe where your speakers are coming out, the metal's bent, but that could be bent back. Down here, you got some bubbles too that's underneath that paint. Looking at your trunk lid. Okay, so the edges around the sides look pretty good, but up here, you've got rust on that edge. You definitely do. You can see it kind of popping out all through here. That's why I always check the edges of the hoods and the trunks. That way you know. Okay, coming on down. Oh, look, yeah, see it coming out of there. Actually shuts good. It's busting out there. Coming down this side. Tires are in great shape up and over the fenders here. You got a few little bubbles on the inside. Went on down. Bubbles on the corner of that door. A couple chips down here. See where that's been worked on right here in the corner. Shaped. A few chips been painted over and some paint runs down here. Back that midsection. Dimples. Real small stuff. Paint run here. Chip on the inner part. There's a chip right here as well. On the edge of the door. That looks pretty good, the door handle. A few little dimples up there on top. Some spots there. Right here on the back. Good over your windows. Too bad you do got some spots, little dings, light scuffs. Your mirror's pitted. Pretty bad. Hazy trim. Little crack here. Went up over this roof. It's couple imperfections too. Front windshield on this one looks great. It's not all beat up or scratched up. Back over that top fender. Right here on the front, you can see where it painted over a chip. Let's go ahead and check out that interior now. We'll get her started up after that and listen to the motor. Coming up on the door panel, it's in pretty good shape. You do have a few little spots that need to be re-dyed, but the door panel itself looks pretty good. Coming around on the edge here, the seal has been replaced. You can see that's some Bondo there. Bottom of the door. Let's get down here, I want to see it. Got some rust down here. Come on, camera. I'm working with it, trying to get it to pop up so you can actually see. Sometimes with the sun out here, it makes my job harder. The edge here, you got some rust. Bottom piece. We got them tailpipes in the back still. Assume they came off. They look like they were welded on at one point. The carpet's not too bad. The seat is in pretty good shape. In the back, it's just the headliner in this one on the inside. It seems like it's the worst, where it's hanging down. It doesn't look bad. It actually looks like somebody put a new one in here. They just didn't tighten it up. Start her up. Seems like the idle's a bit low. I never adjusted on it. I just pushed in on this. I was pushing in on it before we left, but it see how low that is? Doesn't sound bad though. Just a touch too low. But yeah, the choke was engaged. I didn't realize it. But there's just one little idle screw in there. You can bring it up just a touch. Motor's pretty quiet. He's strong too. Feel that from the test drive. Give it a little rev here. Looking up under this hood, the insulation has been replaced. In pretty good shape around the edges. Solid. Let's look under here. Main part be up under here, and that actually looks pretty good. Seems like the hood is in great shape. Coming on down with it. Ooh, she's stiff. Let's rock her back and forth because I don't want to mess it up. It's hard to do so with one hand, but it's working. All right, now it's smooth. See, you don't want to just yank down on any of these cars, especially with these long hoods. It will literally bend the hood dead center and you'll have it sticking up. I've seen it way too many times. I've actually seen people do it from inside that office and I sat there and cringed. But it happens, you know, people don't know sometimes. Sometimes it takes being around these cars to really know. Or oil the hinges would probably be a good idea. The hood is in great shape. Okay guys, I do appreciate you watching. You see the wide screen, how it looks all weird out there. But I did that on purpose. It blows up all the imperfections and it really gets it where you can see them. Check out the detailed pictures, maplemotors.com. That is about 100 detailed pictures of inside, out, and underneath of this car. With that being said, we got merchandise. You want to pick up a t-shirt from us? We got Let's Go for a Ride shirts. We've got new Maple Motors shirts just like the sign. And we got a couple more designs on there, so go check it out. I do appreciate you watching, and thank you again, guys. But don't forget, hit subscribe, share, that does help me out quite a bit. Keeps me making these videos for you. See you later.